What U.S. Club Soccer is doing and what Player First stood for was in line with us as a club, where we stand as far as the player development model and the philosophy that we hold, that we were in line with both things.
We believe in standards. We want high-level standards. We think it's best for the game, best for the kids, that there are high standards that are kept up so we can all enjoy the game the way it's supposed to be played.
I think it just resonates to our culture in our club. It's the staffing that we have. Everyone feels that where they've come from, they have to give back. Personally, myself, you know what I mean? I feel that way. And I think if we don't take back the player development model and make it about them, versus winning or the parents, the growth of soccer in the country just won't happen. And if we can be a small part of it to get it growing, moving forward, then we're proud of that.
It's really all about growth mindset. Do we as professionals want to get better? Hopefully the answer is yes. We want to make our kids better every day. So we come here, we meet other professionals in a similar background as ours, and we just try to grow every day.
This actually has been fantastic. I was just with our technical director, and he had asked me, hey, do you know this club, FC Alliance? And I said, no, I don't know. He goes, let me introduce you to them. Right? And then we went on, I said, hey, do you know the folks from Prime? Let me introduce you to them. Let me introduce you to the UFA. And now all of a sudden we start sharing ideas. What do you do at your club? What do we do? What's working for my club? How to best do player development from where you're at and where we're at. So it's just sharing those ideas and having this environment in a very intimate way, because it's not a gigantic convention in a sense, but it's really good for us because we get to spend the time together, not just listening to the presenters, but listening to what other clubs and directors are doing with the Player First model.
We're here at the first ever Players First Summit in Miami Lakes, Florida. Players First started as an initiative. Now it's really become something concrete. We have clubs that are aspiring to put the best practices in place to create a holistic environment that helps to develop the player and the person for all kids within the club. We understand that not all kids are going to go on to play on the national team. Therefore, we created this program so that clubs can really pay attention to developing all the players within the club and not just focus on the elite, and create an environment where the families feel like a part of the club, and you really create a community that's focused on the player.
We just think that when the framework came out for what defines an excellent club, it's something that we're striving for all the time. It's just, what's the next level? Where can we be better?
And I think every club in here, it is important, and we want to be that leading the way for the players, and it's key to us. I mean, key for us as a club to have that and the player first mentality.
I think the players first recognition it's an absolute honor, but it's also always something to try and be better all the time. So it's not just about what's happening on the field. We talk about it all the time. What are the measurements of success? And it seems to be the only one that clubs tend to focus on, are wins and losses, or at least that's the easiest thing to do. And we want to concern ourselves with not only just performing well on the field, but also what are the other things that make up the larger experience for players, for families, for coaches. And so when this licensure came out, it was really just a great framework for us, and it's something that we want to aspire to continue to be better at.
It was pretty in-depth, the application is, and so it was really good to see, what holes that we might have, right? And thinking about it more as a club, it's not always just what's on the field. And just with the coaches, it's about the parents, it's about the board, it's what are you doing for player safety, how are you educating each other.
Being able to look and self-reflect on our club, the way we were doing things. It was awakening, I think, for our club.
It made us better because we had to look at ourselves, as we do constantly. I don't think that we think we've got it right ever. We're always evolving, as the game's always evolving. So every day, our coaching staff from the top to the bottom are always looking to improve. And this is just another platform that's helping us look every day to improve ourselves.
It's a unique opportunity for people to become better human beings through sport.
A club of our size, so we have over 200 select teams alone. We're working with roughly 8,000 players. And so we're very, very prominent in the Central Texas area. And so it's really important that people understand that they can rely on us for our product, so to speak, and that, we pride ourselves in taking care of kids, whether it be, developing personalities or developing good soccer players. It's all really, really important for us. And so being certified as a player first club in general, just kind of, puts emphasis on us as we're sort of trailblazers in our markets where we are. So it's very important for people to look at us that way. You know, you always want effectiveness in what you choose to do, and we want people to rely on us that if you want your child to improve as a person and just have fun playing soccer, we're capable of doing that. If you want them to achieve more in soccer, we have the avenues to do that as well. So it's just people understand that they can rely on us to take care of the kids and be a part of their future, so to speak.
We'll have, as of now, I think as of next week, around 90 Players First clubs. So achieving scale in this movement is difficult. So we ask all of you to do everything you can to proselytize this, to talk to your neighbors in your communities. Make sure your parents understand what being a Players First club is. It's very important that we amplify this message.
And I think all the speakers were outstanding in the sense of it was such a diverse aspects of it. You had a field session, you had other opportunities, talked about parenting, talked about, you know, what's going on in the field.
It's all the little small things here and there. So even just hearing some of the examples of how we can better engage with our parents.
Well, you get to share ideas, which we got to do. It's been a great thing, and hearing from East Coast, Midwest, West Coast.
One of the biggest point of this last 3 days has just been the networking with other directors, being able to get their feedback and what works for them and what doesn't.
Just connecting with other clubs and like-minded people who believe that, you know, it's not just what happens on the field. Not that that stuff isn't important, but it's also what makes up the whole experience. So
Jessica last night I thought was a great way to end yesterday, just because it was a longer day and just having different things other than just soccer, right? It's just about life and the kids and what you expect that way. And then obviously being a director, it's always soccer based. And the La Liga stuff I think was very interesting, you know, on the field, off the field, the psychology part today.
coming to this was an excellent event. Learned a lot of little things here and there, and just excited to bring those things back to our club so we can get better and better for the kids.
This would not be possible without the dedication of all the Players First licensed clubs and their commitment to travel far and wide to come to this event, and we're excited to have them again next year.
Have a wonderful trip home. Thanks very much for coming.